What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. We are 1 week away from the National. 1 week from today, later this afternoon or earlier today, depending on when you're all watching this, people will be flooding the streets of Rosemont, arguing with dealers about comps, paying 60%, selling for 150%. Slabs will be flying around like frisbees. Cash will be all over the place. The scammers will be all over the place. The FBI, who knows? Who knows? But we are 1 week away from the National. Should be good times. I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of a 1 week vibe check, I guess, for lack of a better term. I kind of live in a bubble of, I'm excited for the National, but I'm kind of in a weird place with it. We'll talk about that in a minute. But, we hinted at it on the live stream on Saturday night with Dustin and Steve that the energy feels a little bit different around this one. So I'm curious, are you boys and girls, how are you all feeling about it? This is almost like a temperature check of the comment section. If you're going, is this your first one? So if it's your first one, you're probably super excited. If this is your second, third, fifth, 10th, 20th, do you still have the same oomph for it? Or are you just kind of like, oh, the Nationals next week, that'll be a fun time? Or are you like, it's all that you're thinking about? If you're not going, are you seeing a lot of content about the National? I feel like I'm seeing less chatter about the National, maybe. I don't know. It's hard, like, once again, it's hard to say because I am like in the bubble, if you will, between the content creation and just, talking to other content creators and friends and industry contacts and the whole 9 yards. It's national this, national that, see you next week, all this stuff. So it's hard for me to kind of separate me being in my little bubble versus what's kind of going on in reality. I think for me, what it comes down to is I don't have a goal in mind at the moment. I don't have a wish list as it stands. In previous years, I had a pretty distinct plan on what I wanted to do and what I wanted to execute. And I just don't have that right now. And I'm comparing it to when I went into Heroes Con about a month ago to Charlotte. And I had a very specific laid out, like, this is what I'm looking for. These are the price ranges that I'm looking for it in. I want to, at minimum, cross off X, Y, and Z thing off of this list if it's priced reasonably, and then, keep my options open for some other stuff. And I don't know if I'm just not in that place right now or what, or if it's just a little bit of card fatigue coming in, specifically sports card fatigue. My last buy was, which you guys haven't seen it yet because I haven't done a pickups video in forever. Trust me, it's coming. Was a Game of Thrones auto. And when I think in my mind, like, what am I looking for at the National this year when it comes to actual cards, the first things that jumped in my head are non-sport autos, to be quite honest. And I don't have a specific target in mind. I picked up the Harrison Ford earlier this year. That was a big one to check off the list. But, I'd be interested in, some Game of Thrones stuff, some Star Wars stuff, some other pop culture stuff. But I am more interested in my radar is going to be up more for that stuff than a Luca Prism parallel or, insert modern baseball, football, basketball player here with some random parallel, some purple pixie dust, to steal a Dakota term. So I don't know if that's why I'm kind of in this weird spot. I am excited to go. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to put that out there that I'm not excited about the National. I am super pumped to be in Chicago next week, but it's honestly more about on the ranking of my excitement level, hanging out with my friends, connecting with people for the first time or for again, is so far ahead on the list of things that I would like to get done next week that it's kind of crazy. Usually that's always usually number one, but usually cards are a lot closer to that. And this year that feels like the gap has widened. I am more excited for the social experiences than I am for the actual digging through cases, if you will, or I don't want to say walking the show floor, because walking the show floor is a lot of fun, but just flipping through value bins or looking at showcases at the same PSA 10 whatever's that's in every other case, just a different parallel. I don't know. I guess I'm just in kind of a weird spot right now. When I was in Charlotte, part of my mental gymnastics was, okay, you have X amount of dollars set aside. And I knew that I would add to it a little bit, but I had a decent sized chunk of money that I said I would like to split this between Charlotte and the National. So whatever I don't spend in Charlotte, I will roll over to the National and add a little bit to that. And I got on the showroom floor in Charlotte and was, looking at stuff and pricing stuff out. And, I'd have a conversation with myself about like, okay, cool. If you pick this up, that's going to be $600 less for Chicago. Are you okay with that? And then, I would look at whatever it was and I'd say, you know what? I think I'd just rather have this comic book right now and just spent the money on that instead. I mean, I'm still, walking in the National with a little bit of cash, but not as much as I had pre Heroes Con. That is for sure. And like I said, I just don't know if everyone else is feeling the same way. I don't know if it's just that and maybe that's all that it is. This is the third year in a row that I'm going now. And, you repeat that same thing over and over and over again. It does take a little bit of the shine off of it, if you will. So like I said, I'm just kind of curious, like, where's everyone else's mindset at? If you're going, do you have like a certain thing or things that you are looking for? How are you prioritizing your time? I'm going to be there all 5 days. I'm actually going to try to get there a little bit earlier on Wednesday than I initially planned. I mentioned it on a live stream. My Rosemont hotel doesn't start till Wednesday night, and it's about a 6 to 7 hour drive, depending on traffic for me. I was originally going to get up first thing Wednesday morning and head out and get there in the early afternoon. But now I'm thinking I might drive part of the way on Tuesday. I might drive to like South Bend or something like that. That's about 3/4 of the way. And then just be able to sleep in and then have a shorter drive on Wednesday and not completely kill myself on Wednesday, because Wednesday will be a long day. You'll be driving all day, hitting the show floor. And then, I already have a couple events and plans after the show on Wednesday. And then you're off and running. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm there on Sunday, but I probably won't go in the show by Sunday. Usually I'm completely wiped out by then. It'll just be turn around and come home. But that's just kind of where I'm at right now. We've gotten most of the major announcements. We don't have it as of time of recording anyway. We have not gotten a formal announcement from SGC. They've teased that they're doing on-site grading, but once again, as of time of recording, we don't know the pricing yet. And they just announced that they have a brand new facility that they're moving into, but they haven't announced any updated pricing, like whether a special for the National, for mail-in, or anything like that. I expect something with that to go hand in hand, and I'll be curious to see how their National pricing is. I'll probably try to do maybe Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, maybe even Monday, a rundown of, in one video, of here are all your options for on-site grading at the National and the prices for them. So, we're expecting something out of SGC. I don't know if Beckett has anything else brewing or not. They announced their on-site grading prices, but they have not commented on the grading scale changes at all. I have an event with them on Friday evening, so I'll probably try to chase down information on that if they haven't announced anything between now and then. But I was hoping they would come out and say something one way or the other. Once again, I think it would be in their best interest to at least say, hey, we're not doing a change, we're sticking to our guns and just keeping it as is, forget all that stuff happened, or this is what we're doing. This seems like the time to announce it. The other big thing that's hanging out there is I expect a slew of Fanatics stuff, Fanatics news. We don't have formal announcement on if Victor Wembanyama is Fanatics exclusive or not. Same thing with the quarterbacks from the top of the class this past year: Stroud, Young, Levis, etc. It's the rumors have been swirling, but there's been no concrete evidence one way or the other. The score checklist still has not dropped. I've been checking that to see if that comes up to shed any light on this situation. But I have to imagine if Fanatics has anything brewing, that will come out at the National. And then I expect some sort of wild card thing, something that none of us have seen coming and is just going to be boom, oh my god, this is happening. Fanatics acquiring a grading company, Fanatics doing this. They kind of surprised us last week with the Fanatics events. I don't think anyone I'm not surprised that they did that, but I don't think anyone was expecting that announcement last week. Maybe it's not Fanatics, but I expect a curveball from somebody to kind of hit us out of the blue with something that just catches all of us off guard. But no idea what that could be. Like I said, my guess is it would be Fanatics related, but who knows? I haven't even seen. I saw Topps announce that they're doing the Rapper Redemption for the silver packs, but I have yet to see details yet. As of, once again, time of recording, I'm recording on Tuesday, early evening, late afternoon. So I may actually participate in that this year. I am debating doing some crazy stuff with Topps Chrome Baseball in regards to the Rapper Redemption. I need to see pricing and see what the handouts are for that. But more to come on that. I may do nothing with it. It just kind of depends. So. But yeah, I'm just kind of in a weird place with the National this year. Excited to be going, excited to be seeing friends, excited to, get the gossip on stuff and rumor mill and chit chat with everybody and all that stuff. But the card aspect of it is not as high on my list this year for whatever reason. And that could change. Who knows? Some epiphany could strike me over the weekend, and then all of a sudden I'm all gung-ho and I have a master plan laid out. But as of right now, this is the first National that I'll be attending with a very loosey-goosey plan when it comes to buying, selling, trading, etc. I don't have a ton of stuff for trade nights. I have some, most of it's baseball, but I don't have an absolute ton of stuff for trade nights. I still have the extra Jim Brown SGC3. I may bring one of those as trade bait if I find something really juicy that I'm interested in, but I don't know what I would move that for, to be quite honest with you. Curious where your headspace is at with this upcoming National. Is this going to set attendance records? It's the largest one ever, I believe, because they expanded the show footprint. So in terms of that, it's going to be one of the biggest ones ever, if not the biggest ever. But I haven't seen much in the way of attendance figures. We'll see if that shakes out and if they set a record attendance or not. It'll be interesting to compare the attendance from this one to the previous one in Chicago and even last year in Atlantic City. And then next year, home turf, baby, Cleveland, Ohio. That'll be a fun one for me just because it's local. It'll actually kind of be a little bit of a pain because I'll be driving back and forth every day, and I live about an hour away from the Cleveland Convention Center. So I'll have that to kind of contend with. But I already got some ideas in my head for next year in regards to maybe doing some stuff outside of the convention itself. But we'll see where everything's at next year at this time. So as always, curious for your thoughts and comments. Very curious for your thoughts and comments on this one's kind of the reason why I made the video. With that being said, we will catch you guys and girls later and hope to see you all next week in beautiful Rosemont, Illinois. Peace.